All right, so before we just start our pigeon, I want to show you guys a neat trick I learned. I want to make a circle for his head, but I don't want to connect the bottom, so I'm just going to make 2 dots. Then I'm going to connect the 2 dots by going up and around, starting at one and stopping at the other. And now I have his head, and I don't have to go back and erase any lines. Next, I'm going to start on his neck. We're going to go 1 line straight down, and another one kind of straight, maybe slanting in a little. So we have his head and his neck now. I'm going to start on the back side of his body, so I'm going to start on the right side of the line I made for his neck, and I'm just going to curve slightly back. It's not quite a rainbow, it's not quite a straight line, and then I'm going to make a little slant line up, and now I want to connect that slant all the way over to the other side of his neck. So I'm going to have to slant down and then curve all the way around and back. So you might want to use your finger to trace this path a couple times before you try and draw it. So I'm going to make a slant down, and that's going to turn into the curve that goes all the way around and up for his body. Now I'm going to come inside of his body and make a slant down to the right and then out and to the left for his wing. Let's work on the legs. We're going to make them really easy, just 2 sticks straight down. I'm going to come to his right foot, and I'm going to curve up and around and then back to where I started. For his right foot, I'm going to go straight out before curving down and going back around where I started. So straight out, curve down, back around where you started. Now I'm going to go make his big ol' eye by making a circle inside of his head and make it take up pretty much all of his head, just like the pigeon. For his pupil, instead of making a circle, it's more of like an oval shape, so if you wanted to make the 2 dots again, like we did for the head, you can, to help you know where to start and stop. And then I'm going to color in my eye. Now for my duckling's beak, I'm going to start on the left side of my head and I'm going to curve up and out. Then I'm going to make a small curve back down and in, kind of like his feet. Start in the same spot and I'm going to curve down this time and then back up and in. All right, we're almost done. I'm going to give the duckling his cookie and I'm going to start at the top of the beak and it's going to curve around and end at the bottom of the beak. If it goes off the page, that's fine, and it doesn't have to be perfect because cookies don't always bake perfect, right? But I'm going to make a circle-y shape. If it goes off the page, that's fine, from the top to the bottom of the beak. Now I'm going to swoop up from his body to the cookie and then from the cookie down to his body to make his other wing holding the cookie before I add my chocolate chips. And now we've got a duckling. Place 2 of your fingers in the middle of your paper and then make a small dot on either side. This is where we're going to start and end our head. Start on 1 dot and curve up and around like you're going to make a circle all the way to the other dot and then stop. Draw a slightly slanted line down and out from both points of the circle that you left open. Starting from the bottom of the short right line, you're going to curve back and out, just slightly. Not quite a rainbow, not quite a straight line. At the end of the line you just made, make a short slant up and then make a short slant down. That's his tail. Now we have to connect his tail all the way to the other neckline we made. So we're going to just curve down and back out and around until we hit that neckline. For his legs, we're just going to make 2 sticks straight down. Your duckling's left foot is going to slant up and then curve down and back to where you started. His right foot's going to go straight out and then curve down and back up to where you started. Now go inside of his body and make a short slant down and to the right, and then from the bottom of that slant, a short slant down and to the left for his wing. For his eye, we're just going to make a ginormous circle inside of his head. And then we're going to make his pupil in an oval shape on the right side, inside of that circle. You can use those 2 dots again to figure out exactly where you want your pupil to start and stop. For his beak, we're going to start on the left side of his head in the middle, and we're going to curve up and away from his face. Then we're going to make a little hook down before curving back up and in to where we started. Now we're going to start in the exact same spot and curve down, and then make a little hook in before curving back up to where we started again. Go down to the left side of his body now and make a curve up and out, and then from the tip of that curve, curve back down and in for his wing. This is the wing that's going to hold the cookie. Now your cookie can be a big circly shape, it can be an oval, it can be whatever you want. But it's going to touch his wing and touch his head most likely. Mine went off the page and I did it in parts to help me figure out exactly what size I wanted it to be. And we're done. We have a duckling, we have a cookie, we had fun. It's not quite like Mo would do it, but I'm sure it looks great.